Tim still got two.
I got
He's still
build up
recovering.
into
Welcome, Philly Uncensored Sports. What is it? What is our title again?
It's the
Philly
Uncensored
wide
Sports
open.
Podcast.
Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast is something like that. But we here Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. That's how you find us. We here after the Sixers took a L to Memphis. The crazy part is that they brought that game closer toward the very end than I thought it was going to be, because the whole game they was down by like 10-12. They'll bring it within 7, then go back down by 10-12, bring it back in. It was kept going back and forth until we finally came within really striking distance to win the game, and it all fell apart at the end. You know, some turnovers here, you know, was killed this, missed free throws. Dwight Howard, he can't shoot free throws worth a lick. He never could. So that ain't surprised me. But ultimately, we was missing 2 of our starters. B was out with sore knee. He had or something, and Seth's still dealing with the Rona. But I mean, what y'all think? Should we have won this game tonight despite not having 2 starters?
It was a winnable game.
I think we should.
It was definitely a winnable game. When I look at it, I still think Danny Green is getting too many minutes. He played 36 minutes and got 8 points. His minutes needs to be reversed with Maxey. I think that's
this not really the night to argue for Maxey. I mean
Maxey he gave you 25 points.
What was his shooting percentage?
He made a big shot. He did make a big shot in the fourth.
Made a big shot, but
the whole team shot bad. I mean, Tobias had clutch in the fourth quarter, but he stunk it up the first 3 quarters.
The whole team ain't shoot as bad as Shake shot 55%.
That was it.
Thibault actually should have got more of Danny Green's minutes. And I'm not ripping Maxey, because Maxey is what he, you know what I'm saying? He's a baller. And so I'm not going to put the onus on the young fella, and he's only played 24 minutes. So I'm not putting the onus on him. I'm putting the onus on Ben Simmons with 7 turnovers. If your primary job is a ball handler, and this is what you do, you're supposed to be this assist guy and ball handler, and everybody know I cape for Ben. But if you're the primary ball handler, 9 assists and 7 turnovers is unacceptable.
But he put the clamps on Ja Morant.
I get that, and he made his foul shots.
The clamps
but
on the
7 turnovers are unacceptable.
That was early on, because for some reason the second and third quarters we just started turning.
But it still counts.
But this is what I was saying, and Wayne is right, and Tim right too. I mean, he did a good job defensively on Morant. But this is what I'm talking about. What I was saying in another podcast. He's going to, and I said, I may have said this on our own personal John Wayne. But remember, I said to you, he's going to start turning the ball over more because he's getting figured out. Dudes know he's not trying to shoot. He's driving and he's passing. It's the same thing. Now, tonight, a couple times, a very few instances, he did shoot, which I was so hyped.
That's called a backhanded compliment. But
let me ask you this. Honestly, to your point, though, see, I can't just go off of one game and say that that's the fact for the whole season. Now, if you're telling me, if we go back and we look in the whole season, he's turning over more, I can go with that. But if we're just and for this game, and breaking down this game, I agree with you. That's way too many turnovers. You're supposed to step it up, and you're the ball handler. You should never assist the turnover. Should at least be 2-1. Not what it is. Not what he did.
Let me jump in here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I feel it's alarming to me how deep we supposed to be, how deep talented of a team we supposed to be. It's alarming to me that we lose to bad teams without Joel.
You saying deep, but we don't got Joel Embiid, and we don't have Joel Embiid, and we don't got Seth Curry. So you can't sit there and talk about our depth. We're missing 2 of our top 5 players, 2 of our top 4 players, 3 depending on who you ask. So
you said,
maybe
hold on,
our best 2, according to some people.
You said Ben Simmons was our second best player.
Yeah, I do.
So if we
agree.
have our second best player in Ben and our third or fourth best player in Toby, we still shouldn't be losing to bad teams without Joel Embiid. We supposed to be deep. We supposed to have
but
all
that's why
is Memphis a bad team? What's a bad team?
They're 6-6 right now.
Memphis is a bad team.
Bad teams.
6-6 is a bad team.
Yeah, they're a bad team.
What's the Nets record?
They better than 6-6.
I'm just saying.
They better than 6-6.
But see,
and guess what? Memphis is 6-6, but you do realize Ja Morant hasn't been playing for them, right? You realize this was his first. But this is not the same team that has gone 6-6. Before Ja Morant got
down, you said right.
Before Ja Morant got
down.
Before Ja Morant got hurt. Before Ja Morant got hurt.
Ben shut him down.
Who said that? I never said anything about Ben
You
and Ja
did.
Morant.
You just said it.
No,
I
Ben
didn't.
played well against
No,
Ja Morant.
Tim said it.
When they put Ben Simmons on Ja Morant in the second and third quarter, he got quiet. He got quiet.
He did. He did. But this is my point.
They're
though.
bottom in the league in
But Ethan,
scoring per game.
He hasn't played for like 4 or 5 games straight. They were a good team until he went out.
But the fact of the matter is, forget all that. The fact of the matter is, Ben and Steph, in my opinion, is 1 and 2. I don't care what Wayne talking about Ben 2. Ben's not 2. He's not.
You mean Bede and Steph? I agree. In your opinion, I agree.
Bede and Steph are 1 and 2.
That's
so
your
missing
opinion.
our best 2 players in the game. So I could swallow a 1 point loss tonight, 2 point loss, whatever it was, to Memphis for the fact that we was missing, in my opinion, our best 2 players on the floor. So
I don't agree
now,
with that.
what I will say is,
I don't agree with that.
I do agree.
You said
with
Memphis
Tim.
is a bad team. Ja Morant hasn't played the last 7 games. And he is their team, so that does make a difference.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, he's the best player on the floor when he's on the floor. I do agree with Tim that Danny Green minutes should be drastically reduced. He probably could have gave some to Isaiah Joe, somehow mixed him in the joint. He was 2 for 4, only had like 15 minutes or something like that. He a shooter. Isaiah Joe, he's confirmed now the last couple games he's been stroking.
He's actually a real baller. 16 minutes is not enough.
It's not. I agree, especially for a dude that was splashing. So
and tomorrow we got a back-to-back, so hopefully he'll go into OKC and
maybe Doc was trying to save because I think that Maxey.
You don't gotta say them young boys. Them young boys could.
Maxey should have played more minutes. Yeah,
Listen, this is my point right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is my point right here. You need your second best player, quoted about when as Ben, to step up. He had 11 points tonight, right? He had 9 points in the second quarter, 9 in the second quarter, and 2 in the fourth. That's unacceptable.
So
when you're missing.
Hold on.
So
how many?
That's
How many
unacceptable.
rebounds? How many rebounds?
That's
16 rebounds don't mean anything because that's what
because Ethan only counts scoring and shooting.
That's what basketball's about. If you get me 16 rebounds and you don't score when I need you to score, like, hold on. Take, for instance, the last possession of the game. Why didn't he go to the basket? Everybody on the floor knew Ben Simmons wasn't going to go to the basket. You could either get fouled or make the shot. Go to the basket.
He passed
to the basket.
He passed to the rookie bull.
He passed to the rookie that we counting on to be the superstar.
Then
right?
that was double team when he went to take the shot.
No, but now I never said Ben. I never said Maxey was over Ben. I said I think he's gonna be better than Ben.
No, you said no. Ho. You said Maxey is better than Ben right now. You've said that multiple times.
I said that a lot of what I say is out of frustration.
What?
A lot of what I say is out of frustration. But
Ben didn't even put him in a good position.
At the same time, he's gonna be better than Ben. I have no doubt about that. But even still, that being said, Ben is the veteran. He's the 4-year veteran. There's no way in the world you should be passing to Maxey to win the game. When Ethan said, you could have went to the hole for that play. You could have pulled up. You could have drove. You 6'10", bruh. Stop. This is the stuff that's crippling our team.
This is where elbow jumper will be vital.
No, I agree. But see, again, we're talking about people having a criteria and an agenda, because no matter what, and I came on saying Ben too many turnovers.
That's the bottom.
Ben Simmons shot 71% from the free throw. Ben Simmons, his field goal was only 33%, but he scored. But you dismiss his 16 rebounds, and you dismiss the fact that when they put him on Ja Morant in the fourth quarter, Ja Morant wasn't doing as much.
He went silent.
When they came back is when Ben Simmons was on Ja Morant. So that's all I'm saying is, and I am putting the onus on Ben because no matter what, them turnovers are inexcusable because that's your primary job.
Wasn't in the game when it came
back,
if he was watching.
Ben Simmons was on Ja Morant when he was in the game.
But when they came back, Ja Morant wasn't in the game if he was watching.
All right, what about the boy Shake Milton? Because I think he's taking his game to another level right now. I know it's a loss, but
we also got to put some on Toby. I'm sorry, like Tobias.
I agree.
He was struggling all game. He came in through and hit a couple shots in the fourth, but he struggled in the early part. And then that play down here on the baseline, that's another one. If you're supposed to be our top
Wayne, you gonna really ignore what I just said when I said let's get some love to Shake Milton, and you just said no.
Yeah, because we still talking.
I ain't gonna talk about who I want to talk about.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's how I feel. No. Don't get mad now, because remember that time in the pocket, I was trying to rap and Tim just, moving on. Nah,
I'm just saying because I thought we was in the process of trying to say why we lost the game, but now Tim we talking about why we lost, and Tim wanted all of a sudden just go propping up Shake again. Okay, let's do that.
Keep going, Wayne.
No, go ahead, Tim.
No,
I like Shake.
I'll tell
Go
you-
ahead. Give Shake his props.
I'll tell you why they struggle in a minute.
All right. Well, can I just talk about the boy Shake? Because
Yes.
the boy Shake he came in last game and he balled out, gave us like 31 points. And tonight he came back again. It's like he sat home and was like, it's a new Shake. I believe he is going to be, him and Max is going to be our two players that's going to come off the bench right away. That whole second lineup is going to be nice. We just got to get healthy. We just got to get healthy.
We lost this game because of turnovers. That's why we lost this game. And that's why I'm putting the onus on Ben with a lot of it, because he had the most, and he's a primary ball handler. Ben had 7. Tobias had 5. Dwight had 3. Shake
Maxey
had 5. That's way too many turnovers.
How many Max you have?
I think he had 0.
I don't think Maxey had any. But Maxey shot 5 for 13.
Maxey ain't had no turnovers.
That's what shooters will shoot 5 for 13 sometime. I'm not mad at that. You shoot the
He
ball.
went 0 for 4 from 3.
I'm not mad at that either. Last one was a heave at the end of the clock.
Okay, so he went 0 for 3 then with the heave.
What Ben go for 3? This. Hold on.
0 for 1.
Hold
But
on.
see, I'm not. But see,
hold on.
Oh,
but see,
two.
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Hold on.
First of all, y'all complain that he shoot, that he don't shoot. Then when
exactly.
he shoot, oh my God, look at the shot he took.
You went so hard to rip Ben.
He
I
can't
am
win with
ripping
y'all. He will never be
rip-
able to win.
I am ripping Ben.
Fans and as Philly fans like y'all,
I'm ripping Ben for those turnovers. I am ripping Ben, but you want to put every blame on Ben and don't give him credit for anything that he does
I didn't
right.
put the blame on Ben. My point with Ben was everybody saying I agree with Wayne. When Wayne said, I just want you to score the ball. Don't matter how you score. But when Ben takes the 3, everybody wants Ben to take the 3, right? His 3 shot is bad. He even knows it. So how long is it going to take him to get his 3 shot good?
Unless he got to
first you got to start taking it. Then once you start taking it, you got to start making it. And then
Who's to say he got to shoot 3? Everybody in the NBA got to shoot a 3.
He's a decade away from having a 3-point shot in the NBA.
See,
everybody in the NBA got to shoot a 3.
I'm a hater, and then
He's
I'm
a decade away.
Everybody in the NBA got to shoot a 3.
See, my thing with Ben though, and I'm not trying to hate on Ben, but this is why forget Ben. I'm honestly going to be all right. I know the Harden trade.
I want to trade for Harden. Yes,
I know the trade with Harden probably out of reach, but I do actually want to trade for Levine or Bill if we can, because this is Bede. We know Bede has never came close to playing a full season. I think the most he played was 67 games or something.
He's still not playing a full season. He's sitting out 2 games now, and he already set out a game or 2.
This is my point. So this is why I firmly believe we need to trade for a little bit more firepower. I know y'all in love with Ben. Y'all would rather not trade him and all that. Yeah, I get all that. But if it takes Ben to get Bill or it takes Ben to get Levine, and you got to throw something else in there, you got to do it.
Did I ever say that I wouldn't? Did I ever say that I wouldn't do that? I came on here on the record. I said I would trade Ben or for Bill or Levine. I've said that. My whole point with the James Harden thing.
What would you trade for Bradley Bill? What has he done?
Exactly.
And Washington.
Harden is a better player than Bill.
What has Harden done?
What has Bradley Bill ever done?
Harden took his team to the playoffs.
Bradley Bill's been to the playoffs. He took his team to playoffs too.
He done?
What, once?
No, he been to the playoffs a couple times.
No,
and
he always just knocked out the first round. Bradley Bill has done nothing with that team.
And which one of them had a better team?
It doesn't.
Hold on. All right, hold on. What are we arguing?
He's trying to say Bradley Bill's not.
No. So, I mean, but he's just saying Harden. Nobody's arguing. Hold on. Nobody's arguing that Bill is better than who's better, Bill or Harden. I think it's very clear. We understand Harden.
No,
right. We can't get Harden. So what we gonna do?
Hold on. Wayne didn't want Harden, but now he wants Bill. When Harden, to me, was the better player.
Why did I say I didn't want? What?
Wait.
Can you please explain to him why I did not want Harden?
I got you. Wayne always said, but I kind of said after the deal, we may have had to give up too much for him, or like you just said, Houston didn't want to trade us Harden. So let's forget about Harden. Tim, why are you saying? What are you trying to say? That you wouldn't trade Bill for Ben Simmons? Are you on drugs?
Yes, I like crack.
Why wouldn't you trade Bill for Ben Simmons? What has Ben done?
You smoke crack, don't you?
Tell me, why would you trade Bradley Bill? What's so special about Bradley Bill that you would trade him for?
He can give you 25 to 30 points a game easy.
He's averaging 30. He's averaging 30.
Hold on, Wayne. Wayne, you're not allowed to talk about points because you said
no. I can.
You clearly said scoring don't matter.
No, when did I say scoring don't matter?
Hold on.
I said scoring is not the only thing that matters.
Ethan. Do you know what you said? Ethan, he's trying to take you off on a tangent. I want to address Tim talking foolishness right now.
He likes Ben 9 points.
I like a 16 rebounds.
What are you telling me? You telling me you would
and a loss?
If you could trade Bill for Ben for Bill, you wouldn't do it?
Absolutely not. Wow,
we lost 5 subscribers.
You straight up wouldn't trade Ben for Bill at this point.
10. We lost 5 in game 10.
We only got 6.
we lost the 10 of our subscribers that we had. We lost 4 of them at least with this nonsense.
Good, because they must have been listening to your foolishness. There's no way in the world. Why would you see trading Martin makes sense to me? Ben Simmons is a 6'10" point guard
that turns over the ball 7 times a game with 9 assists.
So now he turns over the ball 7 times a game.
He turn the ball over a lot. Listen, I'm not opposed to trading Ben. My whole point is I'm not just going to throw like Ethan to just be like, just get rid of him to get rid of him. I don't care if we don't get nothing back for him. That's his approach to it. And that's not my approach. My approach is he does bring some beneficial play to the game. But if you're telling me you can get a prime time scorer like Bradley Beal in a straight up deal, even if you got to throw a draft pick in there, you tell me you can get Bradley Beal to go along with Joel Embiid and Seth Curry and Tobias Harris.
So that backcourt,
but you losing defense and you losing rebounds. You losing all that.
Think a
okay? No, because I'm still going to address it because you would have lost that. You would have lost that in the Ben Simmons deal too if you traded for Harden, but you also would have lost Maxey and you would have lost Thibault.
You losing 14 rebounds.
All right, so Tim, would you trade him for? So why would you? If you wouldn't trade him for Bill, why would you trade him for Zach LaVine?
Actually, that's hard. That's difficult. But
why?
Zach LaVine is
you would take Zach LaVine over. Zach LaVine ain't never seen the playoffs.
First of all, I never said I would take him.
You said it before. Tim,
I didn't say it today.
So they get me mad. Hold on. This would get me mad. This happened behind the scenes that y'all don't understand. This would get me mad with Tim. He keep playing games.
Listen, Harden, I would trade for Ben.
Eat from right. You're not getting hard no more. Let's forget about Harden.
But now you're just trying to throw Ben in every trade that y'all can find. Oh,
exactly.
Yes. Because I'm gonna tell you, because he's the person on the team that's probably.
Let's trade Ben for Markelle Fultz. Let's do it. Even while Markelle Fultz injured, since Markelle Fultz is better.
Hold on, he can probably get us the most, and he's probably the most expendable in the team. Because to me, he's more easily replaced than anybody else.
Now, if I was the Sixers, I'm going with Kawhi next year because he is not going to re-sign with the Clippers.
I don't want Kawhi. I don't want Kawhi.
Why not?
Because I don't.
But y'all was willing to trade Ben for Kawhi last year?
No. They weren't. I was 2 years ago. I was. That's how come I argue so adamantly now when they try to make it like I'm such a Ben supporter that I would never trade Ben. Even before Chris Paul went to OKC, I said that I would trade Ben Simmons straight up for Chris Paul.
You did.
Hold on. Let's be clear.
In between all that, he hitched his wagon to Ben so hard that you can't come off of. I don't know what happened. You did. I will confirm everything you just said.
But do y'all understand?
I'm still willing to trade him.
All the guards that we have on our team right now, the only way they could play and start in the league right now is because they got a big guard in Ben Simmons. You cannot have two small guards in your backcourt and then you're gonna win anything in this league. So the reason why,
what do you say? What are you saying? Small? Why not? What do you say? Small.
Maxey, he's 6'3". He works well with a 6'10" guard. Seth, he's like 6'2", 6'3". He works well for 6'10" dude. When you have two small guards, that's gonna be
Maxey. Maxey was playing well off the bench, and he wasn't playing with Ben at first.
They still was. He's the guard.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you this though. I hear what you're trying to say, but how many 6'7" shooting guards do you have coming out the East?
Who would name them?
You name them. You talk about how many.
You said you need a tall guard.
But I'm saying that you can't have two short guards.
But why? So that means if you're saying you can't have two short guards.
Ethan, wait a minute. Can I address something real quick? Right. So that's why we're saying, okay, you're saying about Bradley Beal being 6'3", this, that, and other, but okay, but the way he scored, the clip that he scores at, same way I would trade Ben straight. Like I always said, if it was straight up Ben for Harden, I would make the deal. So if you're telling me you can make that deal straight up and maybe a draft pick, I'm fine with that. But Zach LaVine he's one of the bigger two guards, right? So if we're talking about trading Ben for Zach LaVine, you don't have two undersized guards.
Let's be clear. Bill's going. You going to get. It's not.
I mean, Zach LaVine. I'm willing. Zach LaVine is having a.
It might not be even squat, but you're not going to have to sell the whole farm. The way the Nets gave up their future 8 draft picks, and they gave up their depth in order to get him.
I think you don't have to do that for Bradley Beal. It was 3 or 4 picks, and the rest was swaps. It wasn't.
Zach LaVine's team right now is 4-8.
The other 4 was pick
3 and 8.
swaps.
We need the players on there because they
so
much winners.
So if your team fall off and Houston actually plays well and they have the 30th pick and you have the
they get to swap it with you.
They get to take your 5th pick. That is big. Because Harden ain't even given the sign back with Brooklyn.
They probably got some protection on them, like maybe lottery or something like that.
No, they don't. No, it's no protection at all.
Protection.
That's the point.
It's pretty much 4 swaps.
That's huge. Up a lot. I mean,
that's huge.
Listen. There's no way in this world if we got a chance to get Bradley Beal and Ben is on the table that I'm not doing it. It's to me, for one, you're going to need a consistent baller scorer like him. This dude is averaging 34 points a game this year. You're going to need him because we obviously cannot count on Ben night to night, even possibly in the playoffs. Even possibly in the playoffs. So my thing is, Seth, all right, can he be the backup scorer consistently? I don't know. He looks like he's balling out of control a little bit this year, but to the level of Bradley Beal, I don't see that. To the level of Zach LaVine, I don't see that. So we're going to need a consistent. Tobias is too inconsistent. His playoff resume is suspect, at least with us the last couple of years. Could that change with Doc? Yeah,
no,
blah, blah,
with
blah.
Brett. Yes, you're right, with Brett.
Yeah, could that change with Doc? Yeah, it could. But however, I'm not convinced because even with Doc this year, he's been inconsistent. So why would I assume in the playoffs he's going to come and step up extra hard? He had a
hold.
The only thing I do say this.
Point with that. Go ahead.
He has been.
He has been very inconsistent this year.
I agree with Wayne. He's been more inconsistent without beating the lineup. The whole team has for some reason. This is what I'm saying. It's alarming to me without beating the lineup how bad we play. I just.
But you saying even without beating it, honestly, all right, he just set out 3 straight games. But other than that, he had this season, he had 20, 24, 22, 19, 17, 21, and 18. He actually had 21 tonight. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he hasn't necessarily been inconsistent. Like, he's not throwing up no clunkers with like 13 or 14 points. No, he's averaging 20. He's averaging 19 points a game. Matter of fact, he had 19 points a game this season.
I'm talking about what's his field goal percentage?
Don't you watch the games though?
His field goal percentage is 50% this year.
Don't you watch the games though?
I do watch it, but I'm saying he's not. Let's keep it a beam. We're struggling because we're missing our best shooter, the NBA's best shooter this year, in Seth Curry. And tonight we were missing Embiid and Seth Curry. In another game, he was missing Embiid and Seth Curry and Shake Milton. We're missing players. So if we're talking about the whole,
I didn't talk about them games.
Go ahead.
I'm just talking about games like who we lose to when B shut Cleveland. We lost to Cleveland that one game. We lost tonight. These games, and I think Seth played that night. Seth played that game in Cleveland. We lost.
That was like what, the 4th game of the season?
That was very early on.
Exactly.
Okay, it's okay.
No, I mean,
I just don't like.
It's legit.
I just don't like how we look without beating the lineup. That's why I was animate about us trading for a score like a Bill. This is why I'm.
So let me ask you this real quick
about us upgrading our team.
So how would you feel? That that Golden State look without Steph in the lineup?
Oh, they trash without Steph.
That's what I'm saying. If you're taking Embiid is an MVP caliber player.
Hold on.
Top 3 to 5
Clay as an example.
Hold on. You talking about Seth now, or you talking about because one year Seth missed a couple games in the playoffs and they still beat him and won the chip. So are you talking about Seth with this team now, or Seth when they had everybody?
I'm talking about Steph. Steph as a player.
Steph.
Yes.
Yeah, but I see Ethan's point though. If we supposed to be a championship team, one player shouldn't completely demoralize your team, which I didn't think it did, though. I mean,
but what team does that one player? If that one player is the best player on your team and is like an MVP caliber player, top 5 player in the league, What setting does that not affect the way your whole team goes?
But
listen, I agree.
I feel that Memphis is on our level without B.
But Memphis is on our level. We didn't have B and Seth. We didn't have, like I said, in my opinion,
Memphis got
our
great
top
defense.
2 players. You talking about our top 2 players? In my opinion, Seth, and we'll see how Seth continues to play throughout the season. But as of right now, this dude is shooting 60% from 3. That's huge, and he's a starter. He ain't no bull microwave Vinny Johnson coming off the bench. He's a starter shooting 60%. That's huge coming out of your lineup.
He's gonna be like Cam Newton when he got COVID. He ain't gonna be the same bull.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason why. This is the only reason why I can deal with Ben. I can't deal with Ben Simmons with these turnovers. That part I can't deal with.
That's what you got to work on.
But other than that, if he can do that without the turnovers, if we have Seth Curry and we have Tobias Harris, this is what I'm talking about with a team, and this is why I say team in depth. Because if you have all these guys, that's a better machine. Whereas though you can't leave anybody open. When Ben Simmons drive in, you can't trap off of nobody. If you got Curry out there jacking at 60%, or you got Shake shooting how he shoot, and Maxey doing. If you got all these other dudes, you can't do what you say that they going to do. It makes a difference when those guys aren't on the floor.
Going back to my original point about Bradley Beal, the boy Bradley Beal, he's been in the league for 9 years. Only 2 years that he played a majority of games. He's an injury-prone guard.
That wasn't even your point that you said. You ain't.
It definitely wasn't. He went and researched something, and then he came out with it.
I was looking. He played 56 games, 63,
Google
55, 57. Like, he missed so many games.
How many games did he miss?
You're willing to risk it all.
How many games
so
did
that
he
you
miss?
have a backcourt.
How many games B's missed?
How
many games B missed?
I'm talking about Ben straight and Ben.
But I'm saying you talking about all these games that he missed. So are you telling me you would just throw Embiid out? You don't want Embiid because he missed so many games?
You do realize Embiid and Ben win 65% of their games when they are on the floor together, right? 65%.
I ain't in no rush to trade Ben necessarily. But if you're telling me you're getting a top-notch A1 scorer in this league, you he put up the numbers AI was putting up when you was loving AI. These are numbers he put up, and you're putting that next to
doesn't
Joel
matter.
Embiid.
He's on a bad team.
What's Ben and B record in the playoffs?
Under Brett Brown?
I'm just asking.
Under Brett Brown.
No, you gave
might be about 500.
You gave 65% of the Brett. So what's their playoffs record?
It might be about 500.
Brett Brown, everybody knows in the playoffs.
But don't praise him and hate him.
It's all about coaching. Because then that's when you got to do mismatching, and you
don't bring up regular season to me then.
Hold on, though. Wait, he talking about Bradley Beal being on a bad team, right? So he's on a bad team, so they know he's going to shoot. Bradley Beal's shooting at a 49.4% clip for field goals, averaging 35 points a game.
Crazy.
He's shooting 50%, averaging 35 points, and they know he's the only scorer.
It don't matter because the other team, they can't defend anybody. It's too.
You can throw the whole team at
you be on the other side of this argument all the time. There's more to the game than just scoring. Now you say, "Oh my God, this world-class scorer." There's more.
Wow. No.
Don't do nothing else but score. You happy with that?
Yep. You're right because as I go back to again,
out of both sides of you.
No, I'm not because my point. My point again was go ahead, Ephraim.
I got you. See, y'all trying to misquote the bull, Wayne. Wayne, listen, he's saying if you not for a dude like Ben's not scoring, but he is giving you other stuff. He giving you defense. So he's saying he can live with that. But if you talking about a dude who's scoring is so far through the roof, if you talk, I'm just talking about what Wayne said.
And wait, real quick though, Ephraim. The other point is, as I've continued to say, you're not getting them just Ben Simmons for James Harden. You were going to have to trade a bunch of other stuff that was going to hurt your franchise to get him. So that's why I said, if you're telling me Bradley Beal, Tim, you're saying you won't trade Bradley Beal straight up for Ben Simmons.
We don't care if your franchise hurt if you win a chip.
Do you understand?
And you not guaranteed a chip.
You can't play Seth Curry.
You can't guarantee a chip if you don't try.
You know, Dallas last year.
Hold on.
They can't win.
Tim being a little fraudulent. I don't think that win. Let's look at Bradley Beal. Let's look at Bradley Beal games played before we end this pod because Tim being a little fraudulent, right? Since 2016, 2017, this was his game: 77, 82, 82, 2 years in a row, 82, 82. Then he was played 57, and out of this year he played the 10 games. So out of the last 1, 2,
So last
1,
year,
2, 3, 4, 5, out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, not including this one. Out of the last 4 seasons, only one season he played under 77 games.
what was his first 4 seasons?
And 57. Keep in mind, last year we only played 62 total games because of the pandemic. So let's not see you mixing stats. You're not thinking about what happened last year. Last year he only missed 5 games last year.
Again,
Stop.
Can I make my point, please?
No.
He's a 9-year. First of all, he's 9-year veteran. He'll be 28 in July, or he'll be 29 in June.
It's 28 over there. How old is Harden?
Harden is different. We already acknowledged Harden. You would trade Ben for Harden. You would not trade for.
You know the crazy part. You know the crazy part.
Wasn't gonna get Ben and Harden straight up.
You know the crazy part. Look at Bill's numbers.
Get Ben and Bill straight up either.
Look, Bill
He
numbers.
might have to trade his draft pick. But I ain't giving up for him for Bill either.
The last 3 years, Bill. The last 4 years.
His stock is not that high.
Listen, Ethan. We already know that. The last 4 years, Bill's numbers is 22, 25, 30. This is average per points per game. 22, 25, 30, and 30.
We know he can score.
You got to be kidding
just arguing with Tim for something that I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. I'm frustrated.
What I'm trying to say is, if you
Tim was screaming. First of all, Tim makes no sense. He's screaming Ben during the game.
If you
on the
start
textboard,
Bradley
now all of a sudden,
in the
he wants to
backcourt with
keep
Seth
Ben.
Curry,
And
would be like starting Seth Curry with Luka.
No, it's not.
If
you're starting Seth Curry and Bradley Beal in the backcourt, you ain't nobody doubling off for nothing.
Yes.
Embiid is getting the whole lane open to shoot.
Listen, let me say something else for you. End it real quick. This is why I'm willing to mortgage the future to try to win a chip, because I don't believe Joel Embiid has 3 years left at full health playing in this league.
I agree with that too.
He's never had full health in this league.
But I know what Ethan's saying. I agree. And Bradley Beal also averaging 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and is still in a half per game. So you can mix me with all that.
3 years. 3 years at elite play is all you have left with Joel Embiid. So you have to win a chip within these 3 years.
But I'm not talking about necessarily just mortgaging the future. I'm talking about the franchise in a whole. If you're taking like 3 or 4 pieces off of this team that was the best team in the league, that record-wise, the best team in the league before they had to start sitting people for COVID. So you're talking about taking 3 or 4 pieces off of this team to get the one piece on here. You're taking away from us. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason I ever said that I wouldn't trade Ben for Harden. And it wasn't necessarily about the future, but it's talking about right now. I don't want to deplete our roster.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow.
Tim is high. He must have been drinking. Ain't no way in the world. I can't believe we argue. Fans, I'm sorry. Anybody listening, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we even argued this point for like 10 minutes about Bill and Ben. I apologize to y'all.
Because I'm right and y'all wrong, but it's cool.
Lord.
Listen,
See y'all.
You know how Tim go according to the game, because when Ben only shot 2 times, that's inexplainable.
Yup, remember that? Exactly. He came with tears in his eyes. Yeah, y'all right, man. Ben, I'm kind of look. Come on, stop.
Yo, please tell us what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button. We will see you tomorrow after the game.
Oh yeah, we do play tomorrow, don't we?
Deuces.